Hello students, in today's lecture we will learn or solve some practice questions based on heat transfer. Part 1. In today's lecture we will cover practice questions from 1 to 10. Disclaimer: the images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So, topic is heat transfer. Our first question is: a cylindrical rod is having temperatures T1 and T2 at its ends. The rate of flow of heat is Q1 calorie per second. If all the linear dimensions are doubled, keeping the temperature constant, then the rate of flow of heat Q2 will be what? So here question asks about the rate of flow of heat Q2 and given temperatures T1 and T2 at the ends of the rod. Clear? And heat is Q1 flow. So which option is correct? Option A is 4Q1, option B 2Q1, option C Q1 by 4 and option D Q1 by 2. So which one is correct? You have a 10 second to solve this question. After 10 second, we will provide the solution of this question. Let's find a solution. So according to question is the dimensions are doubled. Suppose this rod having length L, when increasing the dimensions, then length becomes 2L. Similarly, the radius R and second rod radius becomes 2R. Means all the dimensions of this cylindrical rod are doubled, keeping the temperature constant, which is given in this question. So we have to calculate heat Q2. Initially, we know Q1 is equal to K A1 T1 minus T2 divided by L1. Clear? This one. So this is L. This is L. So this is Q1. So but doubling the all dimensions, so L2 is equal to, this is L2. Clear? This is L2. And area A2 is equal to 4 times of A1. This one. Area becomes A2 equal to 4 times of A1. This one. So Q2 is equal to K A2 T1 minus T2 divided by L2. This one. This is L. So solving this term, you will be get K for A1 T1 minus T2 divided by 2L1. So 2 K A1 T1 minus T2 divided by L1. So solving this one, you will be get 2Q1. Clear? Means then the rate of flow of heat Q2 will be 2Q1. Clear? Dimensions are doubled, flow is also doubled. So correct answer is B. B is the correct answer. Next question. Question second. Question is: a uniform metallic rod rotates about its perpendicular bisector with constant angular speed. If it is heated uniformly, given options, option A is its speed of rotation increases, option B its speed of rotation decreases, option C its speed of rotation remains same, and option D its speed of increases because its moment of inertia increases. So which one is correct? Option A, option B, option C, and option D. You have a 10 second to solve this question. After 10 second, we will provide the solution of this question. Let's find a solution. So, according to question, uniform metallic rod, this is AB is a uniform metallic rod, rotates with angular velocity omega, and it is about its perpendicular bisector like this in this figure. Speed is constant. If the heated uniformly to raise the temperature slightly, then what's happened? Which is asked in this question. So when a metallic rod is heated, it expands. Its moment of inertia, which is I, about a perpendicular bisector increases. Means if this rod is heated, then rod is expands, and moment of inertia of this rod about a perpendicular bisector increases. Clear? And according to law of conservation of angular momentum, its angular speed omega decreases, since because omega is inversely proportional to I. I is the moment of inertia, this one. So this is the according to law of conservation of angular momentum. Clear? So according to law of conservation of angular momentum, option B is correct. Its speed of rotation decreases. Clear? So this is the correct option. Next question. Question 3. Question is two slabs A and B of different materials but with the same thickness are joined as shown in the figure. This one. There are two different materials, this one A and B, and they are joined as like this. So the thermal conductivities of A and B are K1 and K2 respectively. The thermal conductivity of the composite slab will be what? So in this question asked about the thermal conductivity of the composite slab. This composite slab A and B. So what will be the thermal conductivity of this composite slab? Clear? So given options, option is 1 by 2 K1 plus K2, and option C is under root K1 K2, option C K1 plus K2, and option D 2K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2. So which option is correct? You have a 10 second to solve this question. After 10 second, we will provide the solution of this question. Let's find a solution. So this is a two slabs A and B of different materials which is given in this question, and their thermal conductivities K1 and K2 respectively. So the thermal conductivity of joint block we can calculate. The thermal resistance of a slab of length L, area of cross section A, and thermal conductivity K is given by this R equal to L divided by Ka. This is the thermal resistance of slab having length L and area A. So since the slabs are joined in series, this A and B are joined in series, then thermal resistance of the composite slab, thermal resistance of this composite slab is Rc is equal to R1 plus R2. Clear? Rc is equal to R1 and R2, where Rc is the thermal resistance of composite slab and R1 is the resistance of slab A. and R2 is the resistance of slab B. Clear? So using this concept, we have to calculate thermal conductivity of composite slab. So this RC L divided by KCA. This is the resistance, thermal resistance of composite slab, which is equal to L by 2 divided by K1A plus L by 2 K2A. So this is comes from this formula. So Kc is equal to 2 K1 K2. After solving this term, you will be get Kc is equal to 2 K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2. So this is the thermal resistance of the composite slab. Clear? So correct option is D. 2 K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2. Clear? This one is correct. Next question. Question 4 is the coefficient of thermal conductivity of copper is 9 times that of steel. In the composite cylindrical bar shown in the figure, this is what will be the temperature at the junction of the copper and steel. This is the junction of the copper and steel. Clear? So given options, option is 75 degrees Celsius, option B is 67 degrees Celsius, option C 25 degrees Celsius, and option D 33 degrees Celsius. So which one is correct? A, B, C, D. Clear? You have a 10 second to solve this question. After 10 second, we will provide the solution of this question. Let's find a solution. So this is the cylindrical bar, this one. From temperature of interface theta equal to K1 theta 1 L2 plus K2 theta 2 L1 divided by K1 L2 plus K2 L1. So this is the temperature of interface. It is given that K copper is equal to 9 times of K steel. This one. This relation is given in the question. Clear? Here. Conductivity, thermal conductivity of copper is 9 times that of steel. So this is the thermal conductivity of copper is equal to 9 times of thermal conductivity of steel. Clear? So if thermal conductivity of steel is equal to K1, which is equal to K, then thermal conductivity of copper is equal to K2, which is equal to 9K. So using this and this concept, putting into this formula, you will be get theta equal to 9K multiplied by 100 multiplied by 6 plus K multiplied by 0 plus multiply 18 divided by 9K plus 6 plus K multiply by 18. So solving this one, you will be get 5400K divided by 72K, which is equal to 75 degrees Celsius. Clear? So 75 degrees Celsius is the correct answer. A option is correct. Clear? Next question. Question 5th. 3 objects colored black, grey and white can withstand hostile conditions at 28 degrees Celsius. These objects are shown in two furnaces where each of them attains a temperature of 200 degrees Celsius. Which object will have the brightest glow? Option A is the white object, option B the black object, option C all glow with equal brightness, and option D grey object. So which option is correct? Option A, option B, option C, and option D. You have a 10 second to solve this question. After 10 second, we will provide the solution of this question. Let's find a solution. We know an ideal black body absorbs all radiations incident on it and has emissivity equal to 1, E equal to 1. If a black body and an identical body are kept at same temperature, then the black body will radiate the maximum power. Clear? Hence, the black object at a temperature 200 degrees Celsius will have the brightest glow. Clear? So correct option is option B, the black object. B option is correct. Clear? Next question. Question 6. A black body maintained at a certain temperature radiates heat energy at rate Q. What? If its surface is smoothened so as to lower its emissivity by 10%, what will be the increase in its rate of radiation at double the initial temperature? So given options, option is 0.9 into 2 raised to the power 4 Q watt. Option B 0.9 into 2 raised to the power 4 Q watt. Option C 0.9 into 2 whole power 4 Q watt. And option D 0.9 whole power 4 multiplied by 2 Q watt. So which one is correct? You have a 10 second to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will provide the solution of this question. Let's find a solution. So for a black body, we know rate of radiation, which is Q equal to sigma T having power 4. This one, Q equal to sigma T having power 4, raise the power 4. So after smoothing and doubling the temperature, which is equal to rate Q, 0.9 multiply by sigma 2t whole power 4, and solving this term, you will be get 0.9 multiply by 2 power 4 Q. So change equal to this one, 0.9 whole power 4 minus 1 Q watt. Clear? So this is the change. So correct answer is A. This one is correct. Next question. Question 7. Question is, we consider the radiation emitted by a human body. Which of the following statement is true? Option A is the radiation is emitted during the summers and absorbs during the winters. Option B, the radiation emitted lies in the ultraviolet region and hence it is not visible. Option C, the radiation emitted is in the infrared region. And option D, the radiation is emitted only during the day. So, which option is correct? Option A, option B, option C, and option D. You have a 10 second to solve this question. After 10 second, we will provide the solution of this question. Let's find a solution. The heat radiation emitted by the human body have a wavelength of the order this 7.9 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 meter to 10 raised to the power minus 3 meter. So this is the order of radiation emitted by the human body, which is of course the change of infrared region. Hence human body emits radiation in the infrared region. Clear? So correct option is C. This one is correct. Next question. Question 8 is, a parallel rays of light of intensity I equal to this one. I equal to 912 watt per meter square are incident on a spherical black body kept in surroundings of temperature 300 degrees Celsius. Take Stephen constant sigma equal to this and assume that the energy exchange with surroundings is only through radiation. The final steady state temperature of the black body is close to what? Given options, option is 330 K, option B 660 K, option C 990 K, and option D 1550. So which one is correct? You have a 10 second to solve this question. After 10 second, we will provide the solution of this question. Let's find a solution. So in steady state, the energy incident per second is equal to energy radiated per second. So like this, the energy is incident on this black body. So I pi r square is equal to sigma t raised to the power 4 minus t naught raised to the power 4 pi r square. Solving this term, you will be get I equal to sigma t raised to the power 4 minus t naught 4 multiply by 4. So again solve this term. Numerically, you will be get t raised to the power 4 minus 81 multiply by t raised to the power 8 is equal to 40 multiply by 10 raised to the power. So T4 is equal to 121 multiply by 10 having power 8. So temperature equal to 330 Kelvin. So this is the correct answer. 330 Kelvin is the correct answer. Clear? This one. So this is the only technique to solve the question. Next question. Question 9 is the spectral energy distribution of a star is maximum at twice temperature as rate of the sun. The total energy radiated by the star is given options. Option is twice as that of the sun. Option B same as that of the sun. Option C 16 times as that of the sun. And option D 1/16 of the sun. So which one is correct? You have a 10 second to solve this question. After 10 second, we will provide the solution of this question. Let's find a solution. So from Stephen's law of radiation, which is this equal to sigma t raised to the power 4. This is the Stephen's law of radiation, where sigma is Stephen's constant. E prime equal to sigma 2ts whole power 4, which is equal to 16 into sigma ts whole power 4, which is equal to 16 times of es. So hence total energy radiated by star is 16 times as that of the sun. So correct option is C. C is the correct option. Clear? Next question. Question 10. Question is Newton's law of cooling holds good only if the temperature difference between the body and surrounding is what? Given options less than 10 degrees Celsius, option B more than 10 degrees Celsius, option C less than 100 degrees Celsius, and option D more than 100 degrees Celsius. So which one is correct? You have a 10 second to solve this question. After 10 second, we will provide the solution of this question. Let's find a solution. So from Newton's law of cooling, which states that the rate of cooling of a body is directly proportional to temperature difference between the body and surroundings, provided the temperature difference is small, less than 10 degrees Celsius. And Newton's law of cooling is given by dt divided by dt directly proportional to theta minus theta naught, this one. So from this equation, correct option is A. A is the correct option, less than 10 degrees Celsius. Clear? Thank you.